I'm Beth Carter, and I'm from Kentucky, and I live here in California and been shoeing here for 20 years, and I'm shoeing Quest. When Quest came to the clinic, the horse was not completely sound and still dealing with lack of hoof growth, and we thought that the plates would be ideal.
He was probably about a month past his laminitic event, so he was certainly more comfortable, but not as comfortable as I'd like him to be. And I did radiograph him, and I discovered that there was no sole on the horse, and I was quite concerned that if his laminitis went from acute to chronic, he would rotate through the bottom of his foot and we would lose him.
So once the plates were applied, horse went fantastic for about 4 weeks, and then I got a call from Dr. Warner saying that she felt like the horse was having an abscess, and they had tried to doctor it for a good week, and we decided to take the shoe off and see if we couldn't get the abscess to come out.
Leaving the plate on, we pulled the shoe, abscess came out, and he did fine. Put the shoe back on a few days later.
The abscess came out in the coronary band at the top. The reason we chose to take the shoe off was because we had a self-conforming pad that we used originally on May 10th and didn't feel like we could get to the abscess unless we took the self-conforming pad and shoe off. So now we're going to go back to a plain shoe, but what we have noticed over this growth period is that the foot has gotten substantially longer and larger. The original shoe that we had on Quest was a 1, and the foot has grown so much and increased in size that I'm going to try to make a larger shoe now back onto the existing Nolan hoof plate that has stayed secured, and the horse is still very happy.
Since the plates have come off, the horse has been 100% fine. He's like he was probably 3 years ago. It seems to me like he doesn't even seem quite as arthritic as he did. But then again, I haven't rode him and asked him to do much work. But he's doing fantastic since the plates have been on.
He had grown quite a bit of foot, and the integrity of the foot, I think, is better. It's easier for the farrier to work with the foot that he has on now. Certainly his toes got in front of him, and he does have that broken back pastern access was aggravated, but there's definitely more sole there, which we can measure radiographically.
We noticed that the horse had pretty severe scar on the coronary band, and just as a bonus now, you can see where the scar just looks a whole lot better. I think maybe because you've got increased blood flow due to the hoof plates, the longevity of how long the hoof plates were on, and the foot is stable, the sole is solid, the hoof itself is more solid now, and the scar, just as a bonus, looks 100 times better. Right now, if you look at the hoof itself, I would say ideally the shoe is not nailed on pretty, just because the soaking, having nothing to do with the plate itself, got really soft under the plate. And so now we're dealing with some scaling of that outer horn, and that's just a matter of time before that grows out. But the foot's not as pretty as I'd hoped it would be with that much growth and trimming the foot down. But we're so happy with how dense the hoof wall is now.